the American waste stream is the organic material that can be composted. 27% of everything you throw in the trash can be put back into the ground to turn into soil. This is a friend of mine named Nathan Pennington. He has been a community gardener and volunteer for over 10 years. He applies advanced techniques in his gardening and teaches them to others. And he is a soil construction specialist for measures of composting, leaf molds, and recycling. This is the John Wilson Community Garden in Black Mountain, North Carolina. I'm a member of this garden. So is Nate. There are large groups of people who have different plots in this garden, and they all get together to grow food, and they teach each other. If you have a question in this garden and you stop and ask one of your neighbors, 9 times out of 10, they're going to go tell you to talk to Nate. First of all, what is compost? Compost is nature's process of recycling. Anything once living will decompose. It's the key ingredient in organic farming. Composting is where you use leftover foods and stuff to break down to make soil. What can you compost? There are lots of things you can compost. This is an actual picture of the inside of a bucket where you can save things to put in your compost. There's eggs, banana peels, coffee, paper. The best things to compost are food waste, manure, leaves, grass trimmings, paper, wood, feathers, your leftover plants that you planted in your garden. For example, this past weekend we went out and took broccoli that we had planted. We've harvested all the broccoli and we took the stalks and buried them under the ground so they can turn into compost. Coffee grounds work great. Eggshells are wonderful for composting, puts calcium back into the soil. Your crop residue adds nitrogen back in the soil. Next, I'm going to tell you about 4 different methods of composting. You have sheet composting, trench composting, hot composting, and composting barrels. Sheet composting is also known as sheet mulching. It's often used in a large scale. Most people start it in the early fall so that their soil is ready by the time the garden season starts up again in the spring. You start with a stack of newspaper, you add your soil amendments, your nitrogen, your phosphorus, then you spread out your thin layers of the waste material on top of that soil, like what you've seen in the bucket. You will add manure on top of that, and then a seed-free material on the very top, such as straw or leaves. It takes a long period of time, but it will eventually turn into rich soil. The next type of composting is trench composting. This is what we use in the community garden. Just like your broccoli example earlier, trench composting is very simple. It does take a while, but you can dig holes in your soil. You bury the raw compost ingredients and cover it with soil. It eventually breaks down. Another form of composting is hot composting. It's also known as dynamic composting. It's typically used in a commercial operation and involves a lot of labor. You layer your materials and the sun will bake them, but you have to have someone who turns it quite often so that it will mix evenly. The easiest form of composting is composting barrels. It's great for backyard gardeners who don't have a lot of space. It's self-contained and it's clean. You don't have to worry about it stinking. It produces a great amount in a short period of time, so this one turns around pretty fast. It's great for any lifestyle. Finally, we're going to talk about why composting is beneficial. It improves your soil structure, it increases nutrient content, uses less water, and wards off plant diseases. Composted soil is crumbly to the touch. It allows your soil to breathe so that your vegetables can grow better. Water flows easily, and the roots do not struggle to get through the dirt. If you have clumped up soil, your roots can't go any further, your plants can't get any bigger. It increases your nutrient content. It's the best fertilizer there is. It adds nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, all without chemicals. And it improves your crop yields. Using composted soil will make your vegetables grow way better than regular dirt. Composting uses less water. Composted soil has better water retention, so you don't have to water it as often. It is said that there are 16,000 more gallons of water per acre per 1% of organic material. Composting also wards off plant diseases. It controls diseases and the insects. Those insects right there are one of the worst things you can find in your garden. They eat your plants. But if you use your own organic material, it helps fight them off without using chemicals. In summary, composting is a decomposing waste into rich soil. You can compost most raw waste. And the 4 main types of compost are sheet composting, trench composting, hot composting, and barrel composting. If recycling hasn't kept your household trash cans as empty as you expected, food waste is likely to blame. Do you have any questions?
Do you save any money by composting?
Oh yeah, I'd say you save lots of money. Compost saves you from having to buy fertilizer. And it provides additional dirt to add to the soil. So you wouldn't spend the money on buying the fertilizer, and you wouldn't spend money on buying extra soil to put back in that dirt. You also have a higher germination rate when you use compost. Since more of your seeds are sprouting, you don't have to plant extra to weed back out, and then you don't have to replant where things didn't grow to begin with.
How long does composting take?
Each process is different. Using barrels is the fastest method. You can turn compost around in just a matter of a couple weeks. Trenching takes longer, however, you are able to use the ground while the organic matter is decomposing. Just like the broccoli example earlier, we buried all the broccoli under the ground and we put the soil on top so it can decompose, but we can still grow stuff on top of that.
What cannot be composted?
Things that can't be composted are things like bones, cooked foods. You can use cooked eggshells, those work great.